Hello, today I'm working on another 13-inch mid-2014 MacBook Pro. This one needs a battery replacement. The procedure is similar to the other battery replacements I've done, but they were different models, so I thought I'd make a video for this one as well. This is specifically model A1502 EMC 2875. It's a 13-inch mid-2014 2.6 gigahertz Core i5 or MacBook Pro. And battery's very weak in it. So let's go. This is the smaller T5 pentalobe screw. On this MacBook, the main thing holding the case in was these two clips after the screws are removed. So they just pop straight up. Now, to get this battery out, we'll have to disconnect the battery, disconnect this logic board connector from the motherboard, and remove the two speakers. So they need to be unplugged and then taken out. And then the battery cells are affixed to the top plate with double-sided tape, very strong double-sided tape. So we'll need to cover the display assembly in some protective film and then use acetone to dissolve the adhesive on the tape, or to let us cut through the tape between the tape and the case to get the old battery out. So I will start by disconnecting the battery. There, that's better. So the battery connector is right here, and it just pries up. You just need to make sure you don't get the spudger underneath and pry the battery connector off of the system board. Oh, the new battery has a new sticker. So I'm taking this one, I'm going to fold it back and out of my way. These connectors are on there pretty well. I don't want to pry against these components on the motherboard, so I'm just trying to lift. Wow, it's really on there. I'm going to use something stronger. There we go. Okay, so now I'll take off this. I'll change my pentalobe to a T5. There's my T5. So this is the I/O board. It connects this I/O board to the motherboard or system board. I'm going to put on my grounding strap. Okay, so that's up. The main reason I need that up is to access the left speaker connector. So the right speaker connector is, so that's the right speaker there. I think that's its little connector. If I can get something thinner underneath it. It just lifts up. It's kind of stuck to the board though. The cable itself has kind of glued itself to the board. I wonder why. There, straight though. There we go. It looks kind of mucky. So now when I take this speaker out, I need to be careful not to cut that. This is quite sharp edged here, and it's just a ribbon cable. So now the same thing on the other side. I'll disconnect that speaker cable, which is, I assume it's this big flat thing here. I don't know. I'm going to take that speaker out first, just to be absolutely sure, so that I know where its wire goes. Maybe I won't be able to. Oh yeah, no, I can see the wire here. Goes up there, and yes, it's there. And they do sort of tape it down to the board. There we go. So now I'm just lifting up, and there it's off. So this is still my T5 Torx bit. Take this speaker out. 3 screws. 3 different screws. Okay, so there's the left speaker. Now the right speaker. Okay. Right, that was pretty straightforward. Now we just need to, I wonder if I should take, I don't think I need to take the touchpad out, but I'm gonna double check. Okay, So I'm going to get a container for some acetone and then my pry tools. Right, so I'm going to move my screw holder away. I'll zoom out a tiny bit because the rest of this is a bit bigger scale. I'm going to open it up and protect the LCD. Oops, so I had some duct tape over his webcam. Put that back on. So we need to protect the LCD from any acetone getting through. So I have a large static bag that I'm going to put the LCD panel into with a paper towel on the inside. I think I'll start with a paper towel actually. And then I'm going to pull that paper towel out a little bit so I don't tax the hinge. Okay. And then I think I'll put some more paper towel on top of that just in case. And again, I don't want to get it right up to the hinge because I want this to close comfortably. So now I'm comfortable that this is safe. So I've got acetone. I've got 100% pure acetone. So I'm going to put a little bit in a little plastic cup. Doesn't need much. And then I've taken some SSD packaging, the little plastic boxes that they come in, and cut them up. These will work well for getting underneath and into that tape. So I'm going to just wet the end of this a little bit. I need to be careful with this acetone. And we'll give this a go and see how well it works, or whether we need to rethink. I think it's working. I think it's cutting the double-sided tape. Suppose I should loosen the battery first, huh? So this is going to work. So I'm going to take the screws out that are holding the battery cells in. On this MacBook, the battery screws are covered by little rubber covers. I've not seen that before. Is that even right? Is there a screw under there? No, there's no screw under there. I don't think this is the factory battery. There's no screw under there. And that's not screwed down. I feel like there must be a screw under here. So I'll pop this out. There's no screw under there. How is that possible? And there's no screw under there. So this battery is only screwed down by the one screw up in the top right. I wonder why. So I'll take that out anyway. And resume prying. Really just trying to get the acetone into the space where the adhesive is, more so than actually prying. I'm trying to just get some chemical in there. Okay, I think that cell is completely free, that first one. Don't want to bend it up too much. No. But that allows me to get underneath into the next one. This card is not very rigid, so it doesn't let me push very hard before it bends. I'm going to wrap that in a paper towel so I don't have to put it in my hands, and then I'll try the other end for a bit. I feel like I could use a slightly more rigid tool for this. I just need to make sure I'm underneath that connector, not damaging it. Just want to make sure that this is free, so if that battery does start to move, I'm not going to be prying on the connector itself, the intercell connectors. Trying to work this diagonally in so that the corner of it is cutting through the tape. That's making progress. I'm making progress under this middle cell here, or this bigger cell. At least the piece of tape that's back there. Yeah. So now it's come up a little bit, so now I can get my tool a little deeper under there. I put another little dab of acetone. That is nearly out. Okay, I'd say that one is pretty much free. I'm gonna leave that tool in there just to keep it from coming back down. Might have to make another one of these because I've only got 2. Okay, that cell is pretty much free. Totally free. Okay. So going for the next one. Wish I could bend that up out of the way a little bit. I'm gonna flip it over and use the sharp edge. I'm gonna start just cutting away. Yeah. I'll go from the top a little bit. I'm gonna put a handle around that again. I'm getting acetone on my hands. I hope that's not bad. That's just, it's going in, you know, it's making progress all the way up the length of the cell. And I'm gonna go a little bit closer to the center. The acetone definitely helps. Okay, I'm gonna go back in from the side again. Okay, that cell is free. This other side didn't quite get to that point, or did it? Not quite. I'm just gonna go a little bit more. Yeah, okay, that's free. Now we just need to do the middle. Okay, so for the middle cell, I'm gonna go just up. The touchpad is just below that, so obviously need to be careful, as usual. I'm going to tip this up a little bit just to make sure that any liquid flows under the battery. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to keep going in the middle. I feel like I'm meeting resistance that I'm not expecting. There, that's going through to the adhesive tape, I can tell. Okay, that feels better. Yeah. Go for a little more acetone. I'm going to just turn this so that I have better leverage with my left hand. I'm bending this card. Yeah, it's going. I just need to be patient and let the chemical do its job. We keep trying to tip it up a little bit so that chemical runs under the battery. And I need to be careful that I'm not sticking this card into the space where the touchpad is. Just gonna check to see, make sure we don't have any sort of anything coming through, you know. It's a bit hard on the hands, this job. Okay, so that card went that deep. I feel like that half of, well, that cell, that half of this middle pod is good to go. It's starting to move, so I need to get the other side. Just need to get this tool over there. This is hard. I'm gonna switch hands. I'm gonna need a longer tool. I just need to be able to pry in there a little bit deeper. Or maybe I just need to go all the way across. There's a little bit that I haven't got on this side. Okay, I think that's the battery coming out here. I'm going to just pry in with this tool now so I can get all the way to the end. There we go. At least I hope that was it and not the cell snapping. I'd say we're pretty well unstuck. 99% anyway. You can see some of the adhesive has gone through on the back. Weird. Just getting some of the tape off the back of the trackpad. So there's the battery removed. It just feels unsafe the way you have to do that. Ugh. So now I'm just going to peel the rest of the adhesive off of here. I found, the last time I did this, I found that not using any chemicals was the right way to go with it. This tape just comes up on its own, and that looks like it's the case here as well. It's the same tape, or similar tape. So it seems like prying with acetone has scraped a little film off of this in places. Like there's this little, it's almost like a cellophane bag feeling. I don't know if that came from this black, well, that's metal. I don't know. I just don't know. Still looks pretty messy. I might try the acetone and see if acetone and a swab are good for that adhesive. It might be. I'm not convinced. Oh yeah, it's going. Maybe I'll just do this one side at a time. I'm gonna need to scrape that stuff up, I think. This acetone evaporates very quickly. Where's my scraper? No. Okay, plan B. I'm not going to use acetone for that. I'll try something else. Yuck. I'll try some alcohol. Seems to be kind of working. Yeah, that's working. It's definitely much cleaner than it had been. Okay. Oh, come on, get out of it. That feels pretty good. All right, nearly there. So my new battery comes in a plastic container with a couple of screwdrivers. I should say the customer's new battery. Won't need those. I wonder why. I guess because it's adhered down, they don't feel the need to put those screws in. Didn't come with the screws. I don't have the screws, so we're not gonna have screws. So let's just make sure it fits. Yeah, that's the right battery. So I'm just peeling off this backing. It looks like the backing came off with the first cell. There we go. Now it's coming off the second cell. Just got to catch it on the end, because sometimes it seems like that one almost left the backing on the cell rather than on the plastic backing. The little blue bit that was covering the adhesive. Wow. That adhesive is very sticky. I feel like I'm only going to get one chance to get this right. This screw needs to be lined up in the right place, that's for sure. What's that screw? Oh, wow. That was stressful. Still feel like this isn't quite right here. Ooh. That looks okay to me. I think I'm gonna put the speakers have to go in. Yeah, that's fine. I should have done that before I connected the battery, but I wanted to be sure the battery was lined up properly. Okay, so there's the battery connected, speakers, I/O board. It's in there. If everything works, then I'm going to only charge the customer for 1 hour instead of 90 minutes. And I really hope it works. I'm going to test it first. We've got nothing. It's plugged in properly. It's not. This power plug doesn't like to line up very well. Okay, that's correct. Yay. We have an Apple logo. We're booting. We have 95% charge. Alright, that's brilliant. I'm going to put the screws back in and let the customer know. Pentalobe. That was exactly 1 hour. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.